who's living and thriving with mental health issues. Welcome to another conversation in our series, The Mentality Conversations for Men, here on this platform. In this session number 3, I want to talk to us about the pressure cooker effect. The pressure cooker effect. Basically, I want to talk about how we deal with pressure as men, the effect that it has on us, and how we can perhaps look at ways of dealing with the pressures that we face. My analogy about the pressure cooker is taken from a kitchen appliance that is called a pressure cooker, that prepares and cooks the food inside of it under extreme and high pressure. Sometimes we as men feel inside of us that there is a pressure cooker. Sometimes in our situation and our circumstances that we are in, we feel like we are in a pressure cooker. This can take place at work. This can take place in your own relationship or marriage. This can be in parenting, finances, business, spirituality, whatever it is that is a demand on your time, your energy, and your space puts pressure on you to deliver and to perform to a certain standard. And when we feel the pressure cooker effect inside of us as men, we are feeling overwhelming and intense feelings of stress. This is not just, oh, I'm stressed because I need to do that and I need to do that, and I feel like I'm torn into 100 or 1,000 directions. This is not just that on that level. This is extreme, overwhelming stress. You feel that there is a pulling constantly out of you that you can't supply. It's a difficult position to be in because we can feel it in our marriages. We can feel it parenting our children. We can feel it in business and in work when it's just deadline after deadline and you are working under an environment of limited resources, limited human resources. There's no one who is competent to deliver on the level that you are at. And so they always look at you to deliver what needs to be delivered. And you might be in an environment where people demand out of you without understanding what it takes to deliver to that standard, where you walk into your house and everybody wants something. The wife wants something. She wants to talk about something that she's gone through. She wants to talk about her difficult day. The children want something. They need their homeworks to be completed. You need to help with that. Someone has misbehaved among the children. Now there's pressure on you to have to go discipline that. Then all of a sudden you hear your child telling you, hey, Dad, here's a letter from school. I've got a hockey match, a hockey tournament. I need 2,000 Rand by this Friday. Pressure. Your car breaks down. There's something wrong that you are hearing in your car going on. There's a leak in the roof. You get a phone call from your elderly parent. You get a phone call from a brother, a cousin. Someone is sick. There's a funeral that you gotta attend. Now you've got to also contribute to the funeral and attend the funeral. At work, you get a stressful email or a text on WhatsApp. There's a meeting tomorrow morning with the CEO. He's not happy. He is stressed and upset about something that touches you. You get a phone call from your pastor or your leader from church. You need to be at a certain place, attending a certain event, maybe ministering, maybe making sure that things are done. You are in this mode where you yourself don't feel that you've got even the internal, emotional, and psychological resources just to be there for yourself. You're tired, but the demands don't stop. Maybe you're not even feeling well. Maybe you're sick by yourself. You're sick and you're not feeling well. But life does not move at the pace of our convenience. And so we can find ourselves in pressure cooker situations. Some of those situations are an unhappy marriage. There's an issue that you are struggling to address with your wife. There is an unresolved conflict that you're dealing with. And maybe things are tense in the house. Even as I'm talking to you right now, you're listening to me, things are hard, things are tough, even in your marriage, but you are the man, right? You are the man. You have got to make things work. You have still got to make sure that the emotional temperature in the house is set to a certain standard, is maintained at a certain standard, but you feel like you just don't have it in you. Some of the sources of pressure can be expectations. What do those in my life expect of me or want from me? Sometimes it's emotional, mental, spiritual, and even physical low resources that you have. You feel depleted, but the demands are still there. That's pressure. Pressure can also come when there's a difficult problem. Difficult problem that, frankly, you also, as the leader of the home, leader of the department at work or at church, you don't know yourself how to solve. But people are looking at you for solutions. That's pressure. Someone's listening to me as a man, you are stuck between your wife and your mom because they are fighting. You're stuck between your wife and your sisters because they are fighting. That's pressure. Some of you, your department, either at church or at work, wherever you're performing, it's not doing so well, but you are ahead. You got pressure to perform, pressure to deliver. You got pressure to be the answer, to give the answers, and you also don't have the answers. It's pressure. You're in a pressure cooker where you gotta make things work when you don't know how to make them work, where you gotta provide and you don't know how you're gonna provide. There's a need and you don't know how you're gonna meet it. And that's tough. Another source of pressure is when we have to live up to the perceptions and the reputation that we have, the perceptions of how people think of us, the reputation that I have to live up to the title that's behind my name. Sometimes health issues are the source of pressure. I know this very well. You are trying to be there for your family. You're trying to be there for all the things that need you, but you're not well. You're not well in your body. I've struggled with back pain chronically for years right now. I've had 2 back surgeries done on me, and I have been very well acquainted with pain, physical pain, pain daily, pain when I sit wrong, pain when I drive long, pain when I play with my kids, pain when I do the things that normal people or normal men can do. But for me, it comes with a source of physical pain. That's pressure. When there's a lack of support system for you as a man, that's another source of pressure. You're expecting support, affirmation from your wife. She's not giving it to you. You're expecting support and a lifting up from your siblings, and they're not giving it to you. Instead, when your family calls you, it's never to check on how you're doing. It's because they want something. There are certain friends that when they call you, it's not because they want to talk to you and check on you. No, they only call when they want something. That's pressure. Pressure comes in the form of emergencies. Hey, there's an emergency here. There's a problem here now. And you are the man, right? You have to have a solution. You've got to know what must be done. It creates inside of you intense, overwhelming stress. This pressure can interfere with your sleep, can interfere with your diet. No appetite because you're thinking of problems that you're trying to solve. This pressure, when it's undealt with, makes you emotionally withdrawn to your loved ones. You're not there. You're not present emotionally and mentally, even if you're there physically. That's pressure. When pressure is not dealt with properly, it causes your sense of self-worth to be low. Your sense of self-worth is also different from your sense of self-esteem. Both are negatively affected. Self-worth is how you value yourself. Self-esteem is how you appraise your abilities. It's how you evaluate your abilities. What I can do, what I cannot do, where I can reach. Self-esteem, it lives in that realm. But self-worth has to do with how valuable do I feel as a man? How needed am I? How important and valuable am I just as a person, just as a man to you, besides what I can do and give you? Self-worth can go low because we just do not know how to respond to certain demands. That's pressure, bro. That's pressure, man. And pressure is a daily reality for us as men. Now, listen, guys, if we don't deal with pressure correctly, we're going to do a number of things. One of the things that we're going to do is avoidance, paralysis, low motivation, where you know what to do, or you think you know what to do, but you just don't move because you are afraid of failing. Guys, sometimes we got to do things afraid. When we don't deal with pressure correctly, it leads to stress and anxiety. It's terrible to live in a state of stress, depression, and anxiety as a man, where you are anxious. Anxiety is a horrible thing. Let me just not talk about depression for. Let me just talk about anxiety. We'll have a video on anxiety alone very soon. Anxiety is a state of being where you feel everything. You feel your emotions, a sense of crisis, a sense of despair, intensely so. You are afraid of an unknown outcome into the future. Anxiety is that feeling that says, I just don't know what I want to do. Things are probably gonna go wrong. If I don't do something right now, then ish is gonna hit the fan. What are people gonna say? What's my wife gonna think of me? What are my children gonna think of me? What's my pastor gonna think of me? What are people gonna say just because I couldn't solve this problem? That's pressure. Pressure leads us also, men, to self-medicating. Why do we self-medicate? To numb what we are feeling. We want to disassociate from this sense of distress. I want to numb my feelings. So we can self-medicate in unhealthy ways, like alcohol, taking substances, drugs. We can self-medicate with women, having sex, illicit sex, here and there, because when you find someone through sex who makes you feel wanted and important, that vacuum on the inside of you that is just crying and being crushed under this pressure finds peace. And so you're going to find solace on the thighs of another woman. When we don't process pressure, when we don't release pressure well, it causes a buildup of resentment on the inside of us, a buildup of hostility, feelings of hostility and resentment. You start being resentful to even the wife and the children that you love. You become resentful to your colleagues, to your church mates, to your business partners. You become resentful to those who are around, to even your parents. Why are you resentful? It's not that you hate them, but it's because so much is just taking out of you, but no one is pouring in back. No one stops to ask, are you okay? Are you still making it? Do you need help? Yes, I know I asked you for this thing, but can we postpone it just so we can cover other things? There's no one giving you a sense of relief from all these obligations. It builds anxiety. It builds this hostility, this resentment on the inside of you. And man, when a husband is at a place of resentment, when a father is at a place of resentment, when a pastor is at a place of resentment, when a leader is at a place of resentment, pent up on the inside, he's a dangerous person. He's a dangerous man to himself, firstly, but to those who are around him. Many people have fallen into adultery, not because really they were in love with the other woman, but there was a sense of resentment. I just wanted to feel something. I just wanted to feel needed, I wanted to feel appreciated. And they make certain decisions. Guys, we have to learn how to diffuse. We have to learn healthy outlets for this pressure. Let's talk about them. Some of the outlets that I'm going to mention, I don't know what works for you, but some of the things that can work. Bro, you need to vent, man. You need to vent. This is not just sharing your story. I'm talking about having relationships or a place where you can vent, where you can express exactly how you feel about a situation or even a certain somebody. And the person will just listen and will be discreet about that matter. But you need a place of venting. When you're venting, it's not a time where I'm looking for solutions. I need you to listen. I need another brother to just listen. I need my wife to just listen. Just hear me out. Don't judge. Don't advise. Don't lecture. Don't rebuke me right now. Just listen. You need a place to vent. Yes, we'll have a follow-up conversation, even after that, about what needs to be done. But you need a place of venting, man. You need someone you can pick up the phone to and say, my wife has just said some words to me and I'm just so cut up. Or you can say, my children have just misbehaved so much at school. I got a call from the principal. I feel like a failure of a father. Someone you can call and say, bruh, I am not meeting the budget this month. Not to say I'm asking you for money. As I'm telling you this, I'm just telling you, I'm in trouble, man. I need to open this pressure cooker and just release some steam. Other ways of releasing this pressure and diffusing is physical exercise. Have you heard of someone says, I'm going to the gym to blow some steam? That's exactly what they're talking about. Gym, physical exercise are outlets. Use it. Another way of releasing pressure is journaling and taking stock of the problem. Journaling, writing down and taking stock of the problem. What is the problem here? What has gone wrong? If you can't define the problem correctly, the solutions are going to be faulty and you'll be back at square one. So you have got to be able to define take stock. What did I do? What was my responsibility? What am I not responsible for? Take stock. Men, we have to also engage in activities that fill us. It's more than just having fun. It's more than just a hobby. It's something that when you do, it fills your emotional tank. It fills you. It gives you peace, gives you joy, it gives you enjoyment. You got to find something to do, an activity that you're going to engage in often, even daily sometimes, that is going to fill you and fill you on the soul level, enrich your mind, and so that when you have to now give to those that you need to give to, you give from a full place. Here's what I want to close with. Admit that you're overwhelmed. Men, admit that you've come to the end of yourself. Admit that there's a problem you can't solve. Admit that you need help. And if you can do some of these things, these are not all the solutions, the pressure will subside. And you'll be a happier man, a man at greater peace. Your stress levels are low. Because the other thing that goes on is that when we are in a constant state of stress, when we are in a constant state where our nervous system is under pressure and it's in flight or flight mode consistently, we reach a place called burnout. You want to get there. So just know it's okay to admit that I need help here, man. I don't know what to do. And if you need someone to talk to, drop me a DM. We've got a community of men that are in a WhatsApp group where we share life together called the Mentality Conversations for Men Forum. Join us if you want to. You don't have to, but find someone to talk to, find ways to diffuse and take down the pressure. Thank you for joining me again on another Mentality Conversation for Men. My name is Ndumiso Mazibuko, and I'm a strong man living and thriving with mental health issues.